All right, so we are here with another Why Wednesday with the wonderful Mia. Mia, thank you so much for being available. Mia Flores Financial.
Thank you. And also to you, Raison. Thank you for being available. We're both available here because of why? Because we want to make this work. We want to we want to make sure that everyone understands the true value of Florus and culture insurance and how we all work together so that we can provide further information, valuable information to the masses.
Well, I really appreciate it. So last week we talked about the employer brand advantage, and it was really synthesized through three aspects of consistency, authenticity, and transparency. And now we're going to talk a little bit about what I call beyond the paycheck. So what is it that candidates are looking for? And this is something that's so interesting to me because I had given this some thought, and I'm dating myself, but we're talking about working during the pandemic. And I think oftentimes, as I'm looking back at it, it was really one of those things that it revealed a lot to what was important to employees and employers. And so
Mhm.
I'd love to learn from you sort of your journey as you navigate this aspect of understanding what candidates want, because I think oftentimes what the pandemic had shown was that there's actually this increase in a desire for flexible work, but
Yeah.
also that the work that they're doing has meaning and it has purpose to it as well. So, Mia, from your perspective, would love to know your thoughts.
I know. Well, it's not always about paycheck, like you also mentioned. And I know that's one thing that we all strive to work hard for and like, the endless of hours. But employees have now evolved based on their needs on an increased satisfaction for work and life balance, all right? We want to, work hard, play hard, kind of like work balance. And employees are looking for a connection to a company's vision and mission, knowing that what they're executing is of value and is of quality is more rewarding than anything. And ensuring it aligns with their own values, like you mentioned earlier, is definitely key as it instills a true purpose in their to contribute.
I think it's helpful to note that as well, is that there's this purpose and alignment with mission and visions. Because if all things were being equal, and let's just use your um, similar to what you do, we'll use HR as an
Mhm.
example.
Yeah.
And if you have a generalist position, and let's say the pay deviation is plus or minus um, 1 or 2 points, really what you're going to be thinking about then is that aspect of that purpose, or even actually even less if you're being compensated less, but it adds to a greater vision that you believe in.
Correct.
Um, that will align much better for the candidate. Now,
Mhm.
when we're thinking about this, and I know you are working with a lot of business owners that are exercising a lot of creativity, particularly in different spaces. As you think about compelling benefits beyond just compensation, what are
Mhm.
some helpful benefits beyond the salary that are helpful for employers to think about as they are looking to attract top talent?
Yeah, well, the term benefits, I'm sure like when people hear benefits, oh, it's insurance. Well, the term benefits does not only
I like
mean
that because
insurance.
I'm an
I know,
insurance guy, but I
right?
know it's more than that.
There's the wellness package and every like benefits that can come along that can compensate for like that goes beyond the paycheck or salary, right? Today's workforce is definitely way more interested from what based on experience and from what I see in a range of incentives and perks, making it more fun, making it more competitive, putting more fun. Here at Flores, we gamified a lot of our incentives as well, which a lot of them have liked as well because it keeps them on their toes and it's something like, oh my gosh, this is something that they really look forward to and it's really rewarding. This can include various options such as a retirement account. Of course, here in California, it's something that a lot of employers will now need to put into place or needs to put in place, right? It's a requirement. Another incentive or perk is like snacks in the office, right? So who doesn't love food? All right. It's like It's every time that there's food everywhere, it always makes everyone happy, or coffee and things of that nature, to just fuel that motivation, right? Pet insurance is another thing too that goes beyond that, and that love for our fur babies is definitely another perk that I do see a lot of employees benefit from as well if a company does have a pet insurance in place. Company gear, advertising. That's another kind of way of advertising the company in a way, is having that company gear, caps, pens, t-shirts. At Flores, this year we actually had a company gear. We had jerseys, and everyone had their name, their last name at the back, and then the year that they were hired within the company. So if, like, let's say for me to 2017, I got 1-7, you know, and then my last name and Flores as the logo, right? So it's a nice way to kind of like gamify it in a way. And also, as you mentioned earlier too, is the remote work, having to be flexible in a workplace, that work and life balance, being able to be at the convenience of your own home, but you find that you're way more productive as well. So having that remote work policy in place too.
So it's crafting helpful remote work policies, incentivizing. There's perks, fun. By the way, that jersey idea, that's creative. I really like that. That idea a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
I know
and
here in San Diego, right, the Padres and everything, and
yeah,
so usually for
exactly.
our Flores Day. So here at Flores, we do celebrate. One of the holidays is Flores Day, and we usually have it on April. So that's a day where we all get together, watch a Padres game, and now this year, this time around, we'll be having all of our jerseys as well. So that
Perfect.
definitely our uniforms, if you may
There
say.
you go. There you go. Well,
So no
I
one will
think
get
about
lost.
yeah, exactly. Well, I think about this too because you speak not only from experience, but you're also speaking from the perspective of someone who has been somewhere for some time now. 2017, well done on that achievement. So, as you're looking at your time there, but also as you're connecting with other employers, what are some helpful perks that can drive retention? As well. You had mentioned flexible work schedules. You had also mentioned some incentives. Is there anything else that you could think of?
The most overlooked perks that I would have to say, leadership that provides that motivation and support structures, right?
Very good.
Set time for professional development and goal planning, understanding the business in general and in a more strategic sense, right? Recognizing and rewarding employees for their work. We get busy at times, right? So too busy, and sometimes we do forget. But recognizing and rewarding employees, even like in tapping the shoulder, saying like, "Hey, great work!" That kudos to employees, that shout out to employees. It's definitely something that they take of value to. No matter how busy we get, it's like you always have that little time. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, leadership that provides motivation and support structures.
Noticing a trend too when it comes to that authenticity as well as it goes into when it comes to even incentivizing employees, having the leadership that is authentic and at the same time able to provide an incentive that actually matters to them as well, particularly around the topic of development. So well done. I appreciate that insight, Mia, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Wonderful. Thank you.